Hey yogis, welcome to class. I'm honored to guide you through this practice today. Please go wash your hands before you start practicing, since we will begin with a breathing exercise, Nadi Shodhana, where you will be touching your nose. So in this current state we're all in, let's be safe and go wash your hands, then come back onto the mat. And let's begin in a seated position. Sit nice and tall. Use your right hand, the thumb, and the right hand ring finger. With the right thumb, you will close the right nostril. With the right hand ring finger, you will close the left nostril. You start by exhaling all the air out. Then you close the right nostril with the thumb. Start to inhale through the left side. At the top, you switch. You close the left nostril, open the right, exhale through the right. Same side, inhale on the right side. At the top, you switch, close the right nostril, open the left, exhale. Same side, inhale through the left. At the top, you switch, close the left nostril, open the right, exhale again. Same side, inhale on the right side. At the top, you switch, close the right nostril, open the left, exhale. Let's keep it going. Inhale on the left. Exhale through the right. Same side, inhale. And switch again, exhale. Couple more rounds, just keep it going. Sit nice and tall. Just feel the air coming in through one nostril at a time. Feel the sensation of the air coming in through one nostril, then out through the other, and then switch. All we're doing is we're redirecting the flow of air through one nostril at a time. You don't want to control the breath or slow it down or speed it up. You just want to keep that natural rhythm going, but you're just redirecting the air flow, the breath through one nostril at a time. That can help to just arrive, to calm down, especially if the things are busy in your head. And with the thoughts, it helps to calm down, slow everything down. And it can also help to synchronize the body, the nostrils, so you can hopefully breathe better and more freely throughout this practice. Couple more rounds, wherever you are, keep it going. Now finish up your round. Your round ends when you exhale out through the left nostril. Then you just place your hands on your knees, on your thighs, or in your lap. Sit nice and tall. Keep the eyes closed and observe the breath coming in and out through the nose. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Knowing that you can already be so proud of yourself for turning on this video, rolling out your mat, taking time out of your day to come practice. That's really what we all need the most right now, is to keep the body healthy, keep it moving, focus on the breath, do your breath exercises, and do your daily meditation to calm down and to keep the vibration high. Blink your eyes open. Find your way into a tabletop. Come onto all fours. Bring the shoulders above the wrists, the hips above the knees. Send the hips back towards the heels with the arms straight. Move forward as far as you can so you feel the wrists. Then send the hips back. Couple more times, just rocking forward and back. Every time you come forward, you want to feel the wrists. Every time you come back, you want to feel the toes and the feet stretch gently. Now rock side to side, just left and right. Start to move the hands with an internal rotation. Keep rocking left and right. Every time you take the weight off the hands, you adjust them a little bit more, so you internally rotate even more. And then switch or reverse. Now we're doing external rotation. Move the hands outwards. Keep rocking left and right. Even more as far as you can. Maybe the fingers are even pointing backwards. You're still rocking left and right. And then again, slowly come forward. And you will finish up when the fingertips are pointing forward again. Very good. Come onto the toes and send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent for now. Move the chest towards the thighs to find more length from the wrists upwards towards the hips. Push the ground away. Use your fingertips to grip into the mat. You want to keep that foundation nice and active. If you feel open enough in your legs, start to straighten your legs so the heels come down towards the ground. But it doesn't matter if they're actually touching or if the legs are straight. Feel the breath coming in and out through the nose. Take a moment to arrive. Remind yourself of your intention of this practice today. Focus on the breath. Know that there's never a reason to force anything. You can always, especially in the comfort of your own home, and since this is a video, you can always pause the video, take a break. You can add any poses, movements, arm balances, handstand, whatever it is to this practice if you like. So know that you're always in control. We try to keep these classes very accessible for all levels. Of course, they're sometimes pretty strong, but we're not asking you to bring your leg behind the head or anything. So it might be challenging because of the strength that you need, but it's very accessible. You can always take a break, and it's really up to you if you do or if you don't. Now with your right hand, reach for the left calf or the left thigh, so try to go as low as possible, maybe even to the ankle. Feel your left fingertips, lift your right heel up, and then start to lift the right leg up off the ground. So you're only in a two-legged dog here right now, and all you have to balance is your left fingertips. You want to press into the left palm, fix your gaze, look at one point on the ground that's possibly not moving, and keep the breath going. Keep that right leg lifted, walk your hands back for a warrior 3 prep at the back of the mat. Stay on your fingertips or use books or blocks nearby if the ground is too far away. Reach back through the right heel behind you. Keep the spine nice and long. At the same time, lower the right hip more down. Feel the breath coming in and out through the nose. Pull the belly in. Of course, if you want to go upside down already, don't wait for me to say anything, just go for it. Slowly rise up to standing for tree pose. Bring the right foot either inside the left shin or inside the left thigh. Bring those palms together, hands at the heart. Stand nice and tall. Relax the shoulders back and down away from the ears. And I want you to push the hips forward. At the same time, pull the right knee back so you really open up that right hip. Stand tall, feel the breath. Keep the hands as they are. As you extend the right leg back for warrior 3. Both legs are nice and straight. You're reaching forward through the spine, through the head. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. Think a little bit more of cobra pose in the upper body. Lower the right hip more down. Breathe. Let's do 3 nice and slow breaths here. Breathe into your left glute, especially if it's starting to talk to you. And then release the hands down, walk the hands forward for three-legged dog. The right leg is still lifted. Readjust on your mat if you need to. Press into your palms, move the chest towards the left thigh. Take a deep breath in, come high onto your left toes. Exhale, right knee to the chest, round your back, push the ground away. Lift that right knee high up into the chest, round the back more. Feel your fingertips grip into the mat. Start to flex the right foot. We're getting ready to land the foot between the hands. Now step the foot down, low lunge. Set the left knee down, readjust. Reach your arms up for low lunge. Pull the belly in, so instead of coming into a back bend here, which is very natural, pull the belly in, reach out through the arms. To make this foundation nice and active, you want to pull the right heel back, push the left knee forward, so you're not just dumping all the way down, you actually make this nice and active and let the body work more. Breathe. Reach your left arm forward, right arm behind you, open twist. Lean back slightly, so you have to activate your core more and use more of your upper body and core for the rotation. Keep the arms as they are. As you release the left hand down inside the right foot, fingertips or palm on the ground, straighten your left arm, revolved side angle, reach your right arm up. Your right leg is nice and bent, your left leg straightens. You want to, instead of just pulling the right hand back, you want to open and rotate the chest more to the right. And the arm is still reaching up, straight up to the ceiling. Breathe. Now reach that right arm forward, up and over your head. As you walk your hands towards the left, straighten your right leg, bend the left for a spinal lunge to the left. It could be a high variation here, but for this class I encourage you to go into that deep, low variation. The left heel might lift up. Find that spinal lunge. Now, either without the help of your hands or without, you set the hips down. Bring that left foot closer to the inside of your right knee. Your right hand goes behind you, next to your right hip. Reach your left arm up, then lift your hips up for Wild Thing. Your right arm is straight, your right leg is straight. You're high on the left toes, press into your right palm. Use your glutes to lift the hips up even higher up. Breathe. Last deep breath in. Exhale, release the hips back down. Very good. Sit the hips down. Now open the left hip up again, so you bring that left foot again to the very left here, as if you are in a spinal lunge, because that's where we're going next. You might want to use the right hand to press up. Then move forward towards the right foot for pyramid pose. So straighten both legs. Consider shortening your stance if both heels are not on the ground. Hands on the ground or on blocks or books. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. And exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Keep pulling the right hip back. Keep the legs straight. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep the left hand as it is on the ground or on a block. Reach your right arm up for revolved triangle pose. Keep the legs straight. Pull the right hip back. Reach out through the right arm up towards the ceiling. Pull the belly in. Keep the breath soft. Nice and slow through the nose. Reach your right arm forward. Rebend the right knee first, then you shift forward, the left leg floats up. Keep your right arm lifted as well as your left leg. Now the left fingertips are touching on the right shin. Just the fingertips. So it's kind of like a warrior 3, but you still have the left hand touching the right leg. Hold it there, breathe, pull the belly in. 3 more breaths. Last deep breath in. Exhale, step the left foot back, spinal lunge to the left. Set the hips all the way down. Try to not use your hands. Bring that left foot closer to the inside of your right knee. Right hand behind you. Lift your hips up, press into your right palm. Wild thing again. Last 2 breaths. And exhale, release the hips back down, sit the hips down. Bring that left foot again out to the left. We're coming back to spinal lunge. Move to the front of the mat. Place that left hand down inside the right foot. Now really important, keep that right arm lifted as you transition to a side plank. Left hand is down. The right arm is reaching up. Press into your left palm. Push the hips forward. Lower the left hip down. Let it hover. Keep the left arm straight. Lift the hips back up. Lower. And lift. Last one. Lower. And lift. Now release the right forearm down. Forearm side plank on the right side. Reach your left arm up. Press into your right elbow. Push the hips forward. Lift your right hip higher up. Then lower the right hip down. And lift it up. Last 2. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Good job. Left forearm down as well. Forearm plank. Both forearms are on the mat. Now make sure at least half of your palm is on the ground, on the mat, so you have a good grip there. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core. Then see if you can straighten both arms at the same time for extended plank. Push the ground away. Lower the elbows down. Forearm plank, extended plank. Forearm plank, extended plank. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's all meet in forearm plank. Walk the feet forward for dolphin pose. Press into those elbows. Move the chest towards the thighs. Keep those legs straight. Look forward towards the thumbs. Move and shift the nose forward. Let it hover above the thumbs. Push it back. Stay with the breath, especially if it gets hard. Shift forward. Push it back. Last 3. Forward. Back. Last 2. Find that ease in the breath. Although the body is something very challenging. Lots of effort. Dolphin is where we meet. Walk the feet back. Dolphin pose. Clean it up. Breathe. You're doing great. Keep it up. Release the hips down. Untuck the toes. Sphinx pose. Always feels nice to come into Sphinx. Take a little break. Pull the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Engage your glutes. Look either straight ahead or somewhere down to the ground. If that's uncomfortable for your lower back, bring the feet wider apart. Just in case you want to go deeper, press into your palms, straighten your arms for seal pose, wherever you are. 3 more breaths. Nice and slow. I hope you have some good music going. Maybe the music from our Spotify account that's perfect for Vinyasa classes like this. The link is in the description. It's all for free if you have a Spotify account. And there's over 30 or so playlists, so go check that out. That's usually what we listen to when we practice. And that's also the stuff we use in all of our public classes in studios and workshops, so it's studio approved. Release everything down. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. We're setting up for our first push-up, half a push-up. Come onto your toes. Lift the knees up, lift the hips up, straighten your arms, plank. Downward dog, send the hips up and back. Great job on that half push-up. Slow the breath down. Arrive. Feel the fingertips. Grip into the mat. Feel most of the weight in the inside part of your hands. That's really where you want to keep most of the weight because the outside of the wrist is pretty weak. So most of the weight in arm balances, handstands, Plank, chaturanga, down dog. Every time really your hand is on the ground, you want to press that weight into the inside part of your hand, right between the index finger and the thumb. It takes some time to practice that and make that a habit, but it's a good one to have to keep everything safe. Let's do the other side. Use your left hand to reach for the right leg. Grab the thigh, the shin, or the ankle. Press into the right fingertips. Of course, it's really challenging if you have a slippery mat. You want to really invest into a nice grippy mat. Makes this a lot easier and also safer. Come onto your left toes and lift your left leg up off the ground for that two-legged dog. Very challenging to balance here. Stare at one point on the ground. Feel the right fingertips. Breathe. Push the chest towards the right thigh. Keep that left leg lifted nice and high. Just 2 more breaths. If you fall out of it, no one cares. We're all doing our best. You care the most about it, so stop caring. Have fun. Breathe. That's all that matters. Hands down. Walk the hands back. Warrior 3 prep. Use books or blocks if you need to. Otherwise, fingertips on the ground. Look down to the ground. Lift your left leg up. Reach back through that left heel. Forward through the spine. Pull the belly in. Breathe. Nice and slow through the nose. Rise up to standing for tree pose. Either left foot inside the right shin or inside the right thigh. Hands to the heart, stand tall. Push the hips forward. Pull the left knee back. Press into the palms. The breath is soft. Just 2 more breaths here. To release, extend the left leg back. Warrior 3, keep the hands at the heart. Lower the left hip down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. The spine is reaching forward. Think more of a back bend. No worries, you will not be able to back bend here, but think more about it to keep the upper body engaged. Breathe. And release the hands down. Walk the hands forward. 3-legged dog. Readjust on your mat. Keep that left leg lifted nice and high. Come high into your right toes. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to the chest. Round your back. Push the ground away. Straighten those arms. Again, feel the weight between the index finger and the thumb. Flex the left foot. Land that foot between the hands. Low lunge. Right knee down. Reach your arms up. Pull the belly in. Reach out through the fingertips towards the ceiling. And breathe. Pull the left heel back. Push the right knee forward. Now reach that right arm forward, the left arm back for an open twist. Let's activate that core. Lean back slightly. Focus on pulling the left shoulder more back behind you instead of just pulling the left hand back. Breathe. Nice and slow through the nose. Slow it down. Keep the arms as they are, right hand down. Revolve side angle, straighten your right leg, reach your left arm up. Your left leg is nice and bent, your right leg is straight. The right palm is pushing away, the left fingertips are reaching up. Open that chest up towards the left. For me, I got this nice pool and jungle view, beautiful. Maybe you are in your living room or outside as well. That's perfect too. It's not the norm that I have this nice view, but I enjoy it today. Pull the belly in. Reach your left arm up and over your head. Spider lunge to the right. Now bend your right knee, straighten the left. High variation if you really need to. Otherwise, low with the right heel lifted. Maybe heel on the ground. Set the hips down. That right foot goes close to the inside of your left knee. Left hand behind you. I hope I have enough space. Lift those hips up. Wild thing. Left leg is straight. Right leg is bent. Reach that right arm up and over your head. Last 2 breaths. Release the hips back down. Open back up for spinal lunge, maybe without using your hands. Move forward, pyramid pose, straighten both legs. Readjust if you need to, shorten the stance. You kind of want to have both heels in line, both heels on the ground, fingertips on the ground or on blocks. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Pull the left hip back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Last 2, lengthen, fold. Last one. Keep the right hand down, reach your left arm up, revolve triangle. Same thing as before in revolved side angle. You want to find that rotation in the upper body, in the chest, and not just by pulling the hand back. You really want to find that rotation through the spine, through the upper body. Pull the left heel back, keep a micro bend in your left knee. Reach that left arm forward. Rebend the left leg. The right leg floats up. The right fingertips touch the left shin. Lift your left arm higher up as well as your right leg for this kind of Warrior 3 modification. Breathe. Last 3 breaths. Lower the right hip down. Last deep breath in. Exhale, step the right foot back, spider lunge to the right. Set the hips down again, left hand behind you, right foot inside the left knee, lift the hips up, wild thing again. Last one. Release the hips back down. Oops. Open the knee up, the foot up, spider lunge. Move forward, side plank on the right side. Keep that left arm lifted. As you transition into the knife edge of both feet, stack the left foot on top, side plank on the right. Lift your right hip higher up, push the hips forward, lower the hips down, and lift them up. Lower, and lift. Last one. Left forearm down. Forearm side plank on the left. Right arm up. Push the hips forward. Lift your left hip up. Breathe. Lower the left hip down. Lift. Lower. Lift. Last one. You're doing great. And lift up. Very good. Forearm plank. Finally a resting pose. I know. Both forearms on the ground. Stay with the breath. Set the knees down if you need to, but keep pushing into the elbows. Push the ground away. Find some good placement here for the hands, halfway at least on the mat, so you kind of have some grip. Engage your glutes, tuck your tailbone, straighten your arms, extended plank, and forearm plank. Extended plank, forearm plank. For 3, 2, and 1. Forearm plank, dolphin pose. Walk the hands forward. No one said it's going to be easy. Only if you thought that yoga is about flexibility doesn't mean it's easy. It's actually not. It's about strength and awareness. We're building very obvious strength in the body. And the awareness comes in, if you already talked to me, Flo, why is this so hard? I don't like it. That's when you're drifting into the future and you're not present. So come back to the breath. That is the awareness part of the practice. Stay with what you have, what's currently going on. Breathe through it, even though it's hard. Life is also not always easy in treating you in a nice way. It puts things in your way, and you gotta stick to it, stick to your practice, breathe through it, control the things you can control, and those you can't control, you just surrender to. Shift forward, nose to thumbs. Push it back, keep the legs straight, dolphin. Shift forward, back. Last 3. Breathe, keep the breath going. You can do it. Last 2. Last one. Dolphin. Walk the feet back, forearm plank, release the hips down, Sphinx pose. Like I said, it feels really nice to get into this one. Engage your glutes, pull the shoulders back and down, bring the feet wide apart. There's really no reason to keep the feet together. Your body, your spine can backbend more if the feet are wider apart. So sometimes I even do my backbends with the feet wider apart in the mat. That's just how the body moves. So might as well do that and not how it's shown in any books or on Instagram or anywhere. Press into those palms, seal pose if you want to, engage your glutes even more. We'll do one more backbend after this, and then it's going to be a little bit more chill, going straight towards Savasana. Great job doing it so far, doing the work. Slow the breath down. I'm dripping sweat here as well, so I'm working hard too. Release everything down. Let's do an upward facing dog to finish up with our back bends, so hands underneath the shoulders. For this one, actually come onto your toes and then straighten your arms, upward facing dog. Keep the glutes engaged, stay on those toes. Push the chest forward, the shoulders back, flex your butt cheeks more, look straight ahead. Then send the hips up and back for down dog. And then shift it forward again for up dog. Flex your butt cheeks, very important. Send the hips up and back, down dog. Forward to up dog. Back to downward dog. Let's do 3 more. Forward to up dog. Engage those glutes, really important. Send the hips back, down dog. Upward facing dog. Last one. Up dog. And down dog. Very good. I usually would do a handstand, but I've already filmed a lot today, so let's just walk the feet forward. You can handstand if you want. Bring the feet through, cross the ankles, come onto your back. For bridge pose, bring the heels close to your hips. Palms down on the ground, lift your hips up, bridge. And we just did many back bends, so don't worry about the back bending part right now. I want you to feel your butt cheeks more, engage the glutes, lift your hips up high, and then pull the heels towards your shoulder blades. So you engage the hamstrings as well. Keep the breath going. Since most of us sit most of the time, most of the day at the desk or driving, it's really important to work on the glutes and your core to prevent any kind of lower back pain. So that's why we emphasize on that a lot in our classes, because most of us don't practice for several hours a day or are semi-pro or pro athletes, Most of us sit a lot. And when we used to work in tech and sit a lot on our desk and commute to work, we also sat a lot. So we focused even more on working on core and glutes. Last 2 breaths. Lift the hips higher up, flex those butt cheeks more. It's really important. And release everything down. Very good. Keep the feet as they are. Just bring the knees together. Little break here. Close your eyes. Now, cross your left leg over your right thigh. And then scoot the hips over to the left side. And bring those legs all the way down towards the ground. Coming into a twist. You want to come more on the right shoulder blade and then reach your left arm out to the side. If it feels okay for your neck, rotate your head to the left, but it doesn't add too much to the pose, so if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. Relax into this position, into this twist. Invite the sensations that you're feeling in your spine. Relax, surrender, let go. With your right hand, help your legs back to center. Let's switch sides. So you unwind the legs, bring that right foot over the left thigh. And then you scoot the hips over to the right, bring the legs over to the left, and extend your right arm away from you. Coming into the second side usually feels a little bit tighter because you just did a lot on the first side. Give it some time. Breathe without pushing yourself deeper. It's not about that, it's about feeling good. Three more breaths, close your eyes already. Use your left hand, bring your left back to center, both feet down to the ground. Happy baby, something symmetrical to even out, since we did something asymmetrical for both sides. So grab behind the knees or grab the outside edges of your feet. Pull the knees closer into the armpits. I really like to straighten one leg here and then the other. So just play around with this, see what feels good. Maybe rock side to side. It's also a nice one for supported shoulder stand or for plow pose. But if you do those, be mindful of the space between the chin and the chest. Keep some space there so it's a little bit more gentle for the neck. Breathe. And then hug your knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Deep breath in. Open mouth, let it all go. Extend the legs forward for Savasana. The palms are facing upwards. Relax. Let the body be heavy. Waste no time arriving in this pose. Surrender into it. Let everything go. The body, the breath, let everything come back to its natural state. And give the body some time to go through everything it has to go through to process a practice like this. Really finish off here and arrive and surrender. Let's take 3 breaths all together. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, let it all go. 2 more just like that. Last one, maybe sigh it out. Seal your lips. Observe the breath. The air coming in and out through the nose. Enjoy, relax. Stay for a couple of minutes. I'll let the video just end. If you come out of Savasana and you feel great and you like this practice, please support this channel, like the video, subscribe, most important. Tell your friends about it, invite them over to practice with you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Namaste.